Good morning. Okay, I am, let's see, it is April 15th. Oh wow, 15th. Stop and think about that day. Today, my mother would have been 61 years old. Unfortunately, we lost her in 2003. But the day always sticks out. I am back on eBay and I am going to share some things. I'm just checking my tracking. The mailman's a little late because it's like 10. Usually he's here like 8 something. I'm just looking at some things just to see, but I have probably about 6 packages that are getting ready to arrive, and a lot of them say, but because I pay super quick, these sellers are getting things out quickly, which I love. So it's another tip. Always pay fast. But I'm getting ready to, based on some questions I received on comments and questions I received on yesterday's video, I'm going to show you guys some things, share with you. Okay, somebody wanted to know, let me click on here, let me show you this. I purchased 2 things from the same seller for a penny. So basically I was paying shipping. And I think because they are in state, I had to pay a little sales tax, but that's okay. It was something I needed. But basically these 2 items, I didn't want to sit here and watch this over the course of a couple days. I didn't want to watch the bids. And I knew it was something I wanted, and maybe somebody was looking for it, but maybe not. I just went ahead and put in $10. If somebody asked me, I said I would bid some ridiculous amount like $20, and how do I end up not paying? Now I can't show you what I bid because it won't do that anymore, because I'm not actually bidding on it. If I come across something I'm actually bidding on, which I don't think I am because I have everything, I'll show you, or I'll come back in another time. But basically it was 1 bid, and that was my bid. And so that's what they that is what the seller started the bid at. And so I just put in $10. Now what happens with that is, the reason why I didn't pay $10 is because nobody else bid on it. And so whatever the bidder set the price at, that's what I got it for. So I'm basically paying shipping. And there were 2 items. I wanted them both. And it was a little bit of a shipping discount. So I went ahead and made sure I bid the same amount on both of those items so that I would get them. Say somebody, there are bids that you can do a, when you're looking for something, have in mind a set price that you want to pay. And that's going to be your highest bid. So you know that that's the highest thing. Now, the highest bid. There's 2 ways you can do it. You can sit here and watch these auctions, or you can just leave it and come back, tomorrow, the next day, and watch it again. And, because you'll get notifications if somebody's outbid you. If you know you have $20 and that's all you want to spend on that item, then you put in that $20. Anybody that comes under you and bids under that, they're going to keep getting the notification that they've been outbid, so that they know that they need to bid higher. Now, they're not going to be able to see that you bid $20 because that's a hidden bid. And you will see, like I said, if you go to the bids, you'll be able to see the bids, unless it's a hidden bid. Okay. And it used to be you were able to see, you know, the bidder, but now you won't be able to see the bidder because I think a lot of people were having listing things, and friends and family members were bidding to up the bids, and it just basically stealing. But you will see maybe like B asterisk 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 E, and then you'll know that that's the person name that is bidding. And a lot of times you may see it more than once, twice. You know that that person is constantly bidding against you, and that's what I say is a bidding war. And I will stop it if it's something that I know I want. I will stop that war. A lot of people are aggressive, but I'll stop it and just bid whatever and leave it at that. So you won't see the automatic bids, and it'll tell you that. You won't see an automatic bid. You'll see an actual bid. So if somebody had bid over me and they put in $1, then the bid will go up to $1. Obviously, nobody bid over me. If somebody stopped their bidding at $5 and my bidding was $20, my highest bid was $20, then I would win that auction for $5. Okay, that's how that works. But I know if I put in $20 that I may end up paying $20 for it. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind, especially if you have multiple bids. I can bid on 5, 6, 7 things at a time because I've learned how to use this, and it's taken me years to, you know, learn how to navigate and make it work for me. Next thing is knowing how to search for these things. Somebody asked about Montessori. Now, I'm going to put in Montessori Homeschool. Okay, and it'll give you a related. Okay, he won't put it. You're going to get, how many listens? 105. Montessori things, and you know, I did comment on that. You have to be specific on what you want, but these types of things, anything, if you put in Montessori on here, it's going to cost a lot because. Oh, he did. Okay, tell him not to. People are on this Montessori kick, and a lot of people don't know how to make things. Make them. You can find things in thrift stores. That's really the best bet, Goodwill. But things like this, you can find this stuff on Pinterest. A lot of people are not on Pinterest, or you can even Google, and it'll give you these type of things. But you can find this stuff on Pinterest. I would not be paying stuff, no, $30 for some cards. There's a book, teaching album. But this is the type of thing that you can make. And in fact, there are some things on here. I don't know if I'll run across it. But when I was doing the this right here, when I was looking for the landmarks, not the national, the worldwide landmarks, I ran across this on Pinterest. Somebody's actually selling it for $30 on Pinterest, but I found it for free. So you have to know, you have to look, you know, you have to spend some time looking for things. You can't just, some things are a given. You know what you want, you type it in, you're going to find it, you're going to find all the listings. You know, you pick the best price that you want to pay. But as far as that, you have to be a little more specific. But I'm going to show you somebody that does this type of thing on here that I saved because I like the product, and at the time I did not have internet. Because you guys know I got rid of internet and cable and all that kind of jazz. Let me share with you guys how you can teach without all that stuff. You can homeschool without it. But I found somebody that does some awesome things, and I thought, oh, I can make this, or I can buy this. I don't have to worry about making it. So I will share that in just a minute. Montessori manipulatives, math manipulatives. Search. ETA makes a lot of manipulatives. If you put in ETA homeschool or just ETA, you will pull up, it'll come up homeschool or ETA math. You will find a lot of these type of manipulatives. I shared last year a kit, a $200 kit. I think I got for $5 or $10 of things like this. It's loaded, and I don't have to buy any more, but I'm looking at $54. When you can put in the best offer, it was $68. There's free shipping. Always put in the best offer. Meet them halfway. Check out the shipping. No, $22. But see, people are not looking. They're not looking in the right place. So the seller knows. Okay, Montessori. That's a hot commodity. So I'm going to list this for buku amounts because I want some money. Because I found it. Because that's all they did. They found it, made it, and now they're going to sell it. That's just, you know, that's how marketing works. But these are, it's paper, okay? Paper. It's a little stable. Amish made. Things like this, you know, you're probably going to pay a little bit more for, and you see there are 21 people watching that because they're probably looking for something comparable but cheaper, which is fine. And when you see people, a lot of people watching things like that, you really don't have to worry about it, because there's so many people watching it. That means they're not getting ready to buy it. They're just watching it. Okay. So let me take you into this store. I have a lot of things in my watch list and a lot of things in my cart that, hold on, I'm not buying at all. I just have it in there because I'm watching it. Doesn't necessarily mean I want it. Okay, I have to hold it like that. Alright, this is the stuff. Okay. And I'm going to take you into her store because she has a store. This was a teacher. Living and non-living. These are Montessori file folders, manipulatives, and things like that. $5. So this is how she makes her living, which is not bad because somebody that doesn't have access or limited access to the internet, say like their phone, because that's what I was doing. That's why I saved it. I didn't have the printer. I would buy from here because I don't have to worry about printing anything. I don't have to worry about buying paper and ink. It's already done for $5 versus what were we looking at a few minutes ago? $20, $30 for some paper? No. Let me buy it now. This is the store, and you can also type stores in. Once you find sellers, you can type stores in. You can save them as your favorites, and on your home board, like I'm following her, I will get suggestions that pop up from this person. She has things like this all the way up to 7th grade, and just awesome. But these are things that you can find on your own on Pinterest, but you just have to make them, or on Teachers Pay Teachers, which you have to purchase some are free. But for the price she's offering and the work, this is worth it to just buy from here, because you don't have to spend. It takes time to put file folder games and things like this together. These little tiny cards, manipulatives, it's a lot. So let's see. We're gonna go into 2nd grade. Let's see. So pretty much anything, and I'm on, you know, the file folder games, because I use them a lot. I just share with you guys. If I can use a game to introduce a concept to the kids, usually they pick it up, and I don't have to spend days, weeks, months teaching that particular thing because they've learned it in a game, and that's why I love them. Addition, subtraction, if I can teach it in a game, I don't have to sit there and go days and days and days and weeks lessons on the fact drills. They already, they got it. They know 2 plus 2, and then they can add 3 plus 3 and 6 plus 6 and 100 plus 100. They get the concept. I don't have to sit there and teach that. We can move on and learn something else because I know they know how to do it. So the more detailed they are, the more they will cost. But again, still very cost effective when you're looking at the value. Oh no, he should not put that on. So let me go back up here. Let's see, she has 7th grade. 4 things in 7th grade. This is algebra. Subtracting monomials. Again, this is good for, an autistic learner, learning disabled, remedial, and even just to have something around, educational. Inequalities. So every category, there's science in her kids, there's math, there's reading, there's social studies. So that's what I liked about this teacher's particular store and her materials. And again, you don't have to stick within the grade level. This is a suggestion. So you may have a child that is, in the 7th grade that needs these things. Some reinforcement. Good stuff to take, in the summer on vacation, in the car. That type of thing. There's one, a nice one. Parts of an animal cell. And so her things she makes as people buy them, so they're not going to run out. There's not something, you have to just jump on, which is why I don't have to purchase, but I'm just showing as an example. Okay, let me go out of here. And I found this store just typing in teacher resources. So you have to, we're going to do a couple things because it's going to get long. You have to know what you are looking for because there are things listed all over the place. Teacher resources, you're going to get things like this. Still great because a lot of times you get bundles of things for really cheap. You'll get the thing I just showed you, the homemade things. You'll get decorations, teacher's manuals, and a lot of times you will find, and this is only $3, you'll find teacher's manuals within sets of student books. If it is something that, as far as buying teacher's manuals, if you can't find it on textbooks.com, if it's a subject that you have not taught and you cannot find any other resource around it, check here for the teacher's manual. You may have to change your what am I trying to say? Your textbook maker. Like you may be looking at Houghton and you may end up with Glencoe, but a lot of them are pretty much the same. Just to get that particular teacher's manual, but it's worth it. I was looking at this earlier. Awesome. Teacher resources. You can do a lot with that. And I think the shipping was only like $5. So check here. A lot of mailbox magazines and teacher resources. Awesome. I've always shared how I use teacher or mailbox magazines as a curriculum. So in fact, the other day I think I found something. I saw a book, teacher resources, that I had been looking for, and it was offered with another book. I didn't particularly need the other book, but the price for both were relatively cheap. It was, you know, cheaper than actually buying that one book. So I went ahead and got it, and I made an offer, and we went back and forth a couple times, and I got it. And I received the package the other day, and the seller actually threw in another book, and I was just so excited because that book was very expensive. It was more than the two books, so you know, works that way. But I was looking at this is teacher resources. These are workbooks, and I think the shipping was something like $4 on this. So good curriculum right here. Spectrum, those are good. And I can't really, you know, you just have to spend some time looking at, you have to spend some time looking so that you understand what things are worth and where to find them. And then you'll know, you know, from there how to shop on here. Okay, because some things are dirt cheap. Okay, let me show you this. This is a whole 7th grade science curriculum. It's Indiana, but that just means it's state specific, but it does not mean any state cannot cannot use this. It just highlights things like if they have a specific nature center there or something, it's going to show pictures and, you know, go visit this, you know, nature center or this museum or what have you. But any state can use this. But when I look, I do look for Texas so that, you know, the kids can relate to that. But for $12, you're getting the student books, the workbook, and the teacher's manual. And it's free shipping. So you cannot beat that. It's a buy it now, so I will automatically buy that if I were looking for that. Some reading books. Black Line Masters. I can't really, just watch out for the curriculum video because you're going to see some amazing stuff when I put that video up. But yeah, a lot of these, like if you're using school textbooks, a lot of times you don't need the teacher's manual. You can get by with the student book, but look for the workbooks because the workbooks do help.
Yeah, don't tell Mom.
Oh my goodness, what's the matter? Okay, so I'm getting ready to go out of the teacher resources. Okay, and take you to what I usually search in. Hold on. Homeschool, and you're going to come up with, Leah, go sit. Leave her alone. Alright, the biggest category is just homeschool in general. It's going to give you all these related categories. But a lot of times I'm just looking in here. When I'm just looking, just browsing, I find some awesome things without looking. I'm going to show you something. These are from the Dollar Tree. Okay, if somebody doesn't shop in the Dollar Tree, they don't know that. But they're looking at, okay, this is cool, you know. But look what they're offering it for. I have some of those. We don't even use those. I mean, I have a first grade, a couple of them. We're not even using them. But, yeah, some things are ridiculous on here. And so you have to know so that you don't get got on, you know, what you're buying. So there's some Saxon. There's people watching that. But a lot of times, like I said, I find, just random things just looking through this category, and I end up liking them. Video text. Somebody's bidding on that because they have video. Now, I would, if I needed that, I would buy that. People are not on video, but I'm old school. I will buy the oldest thing because those are the things that work. I don't have to have all those bells and whistles of Saxon and Horizon and BJU and Life of Fred and all of that. You can piecemeal things and come up with some awesome things. Now here's a textbook. They want $5.99 or best offer. And I'm going to just show you something. You put in a best offer, and there are 2 people watching that. The shipping is only $5.95, which is standard for, a textbook. It's probably a couple hundred pages. And I've looked in this seller store before. This is not a seller of homeschool stuff. They have clothes and all kind of things. And it's not listed as a thrift store. It just says, other items. Or it's not a Goodwill, because you'll know if it's Goodwill. So they just basically have this book and they want to sell it. I would offer them $2.50, honestly, and just see what happens. Because they just want to sell it. They just have it. Just to be good. Really, I would say $1. $1.99. Because that's just standard on one of these textbooks. But, and most likely you will probably get it. So you have to, play around when they tell you, make an offer on things. Because you would be surprised what you come up with. Like I said, this is the biggest category, and you're going to get all sorts of things in here for all sorts of prices. End of the year is coming up. People are unloading things. And yes, you want to, they're trying to buy new things themselves, so they're trying to get their items sold. Teacher's Manual, buy it now. Bob Jones. And a lot of times sellers will not list their things together. Let me see, I'm just trying to see something. You have to look, that's 3rd grade. So it could be, they have one listing for one thing and then the next listing or a couple listings down. Just depends on how many lists. You might end up finding the same seller. Always check your sellers. Just pay attention to who you're buying from. That's something that I just, it's a given because I've learned to sit here and do this so long. I pay attention to the seller because they tend to list individually. Because it makes them more money that way because you're, the shipping and all that if they don't want to combine the shipping. But you can always ask. To Social Studies for Virginia. There's a whole science curriculum. I'm not too sure how much, but I know BJU is expensive. I sit with my phone so I can also check Amazon. What else? If it's something like Saxon, then I'm going to break it down because it's, it's pretty much a box curriculum. I'm going to go back up when I find a good one that I'm looking at, a good price, or what I think is a good price. I'll go back in and put in Saxon Algebra because that's actually, I was looking at that. I'm not going to use Saxon, but I was looking at it, comparing it to something else that I am using. and I was able to pull up all of the Saxons, so all of the listings, so I could see, you know, what they were running and the components of it. Now obviously you want a complete set when you're buying things, so that you can sell it as a complete set if you have to. But if you have to piecemeal, try to put, you know, get the cheapest price. So hopefully Calvert is very expensive. Calvert is nationally recognized through universities. Homeschooling, they love Calvert if your child has been educated through Calvert. This was the first, I mean, as far as boxed, first thing we started with in way long time ago. So they have their own tests, their standardized tests and all that kind of good stuff. And there are rules to selling their material, so you got to be careful when you buy things like that. It's a 6th grade textbook. I'm going to just show you in there. $6, and that's just normal for a textbook. But it gives you what it looks like. So look, you know, spend some time looking at those types of things. And once you have purchased from a seller, and say, even if it's like next week or next month, you'll come back in, you'll see a note that it says a seller that you purchased from before. A lot of times when I'm looking through Goodwill stores and things like that, I will find, I end up buying from the same seller. Okay, I was looking in this store, and I was actually going to share. I'm getting ready to share because I was looking at these. I have a cart of things from this store, and this is what it's called. They have some awesome things. So once I purchase, I will come back in and show you guys what I purchased, why I purchased. You can see some of the things are highlighted in purple that I've looked at to kind of give you an idea of what I may have selected. Even though it's looking blue, but yeah, that looks blue, but it's purple. Not necessarily the cheapest place, but that means there are things in this store that I have not been able to find anywhere else. And I don't mind spending a little money because I've been getting everything else on the cheap. So, get out of there. But they have pretty much everything in Saxon Dive, and it's all laid out over here. So, yes, I do spend, well, I'm not on here every day. I'm not going to say that, but sometimes I will spend a couple hours. Sometimes I end up not finding anything. I'm about to give up, and then there pops up, you know, whatever, and I'm satisfied. But whole teacher's lot, 4th grade. Buy it now. See how much that shipping is. $3.50. So they're paying a lot of that shipping for you. Vocabulary readers. Romare Bearden. I just talked about Romare Bearden. And the African American Biblical Resources. So, no, not box curriculum, but a lot of these things, you guys, like I said, you have to know what you're looking for. It's not always about the bells and whistles. Piecemeal things together. And you will be surprised what you can come up with. You can come up with some awesome units. Just putting things together. So hopefully this was helpful. And I clarified, you know, as far as the seller I don't always buy from the same seller. If I find something that I like from that seller, I will continue. Like I did the kids fun haul last month. I love that store. I like the material. Everything was individually wrapped. The things were fast because it's basically in state, not too far, so I got it the next day or the day after. So I will be using that store again, and I did share what store it came from in that video. But I buy from anybody. So yeah, that's it. Always cross-reference what you're looking for. Check other places and see if you can find it, you know, elsewhere. Save it, come back to it, whatever you have to do. But it's diligence is what's going to get you those penny auctions and dollar auctions and things like that. You know, let's see, Charlotte Mason. Okay, you might want to go back in and search up Charlotte Mason. Okay, and see what you come up with. Rod and staff. You might want to go back and search rod and staff and see what you come up with, because some people will list specifically rod and staff. So I will see you guys tomorrow. See you in the comments. If you have any more questions, please leave them and I will get back to you guys. Don't forget to thumbs up, share, subscribe for more videos like this. Let me know that you guys are watching, you're getting the message, or I think that, you know, these videos are pointless. Bye guys.